thank you for joining us as we announce the conclusion of an investigation that resulted in the arrest of four individuals responsible for an intense crime spree, an organized crime spree that resulted in 93 victims and more than $750,000 in theft and damages. Yes, this is amazing work by our detectives. And this highlights how important it is to nurture those relationships with local law enforcement offices throughout the entire state. But this doesn't happen without Attorney General Uthmeyer and the Office of Statewide Prosecution. General Uthmeyer, thank you. Thank you for your leadership and your assistance, not just on this case, but so many others that allows us to pursue justice for victims. I appreciate you making the time to join us here today. In May of this year, one of our very diligent detectives of our organized crime task force observed a case that you're observing on the video now, where an individual broke in and damaged the engine compartment of a Freightliner tractor in order to steal the electronic control module, ECM. Why is this so important? The ECM is the computer on any vehicle. You could imagine how critical it is on these complicated and sophisticated tractors that our hardworking tractor owner and operators use to deliver those essential goods that each and every one of us rely on in our community, in our state, and throughout the entire country. So while this tractor was parked at a short-term lot, which there are many around the state, when these tractor operators and owners get some downtime, finally get some time off, they leave them here, these secured facilities. These four individuals would break in to these secure facilities, go in, damage the truck, the engine compartment, to get a hold of these electronic control modules. Now realize we're not talking about surgeons. We're talking to people who want to steal this as quickly as possible to remain undetected. You could imagine the amount of damage that they're doing to every other piece of equipment inside the engine compartment while they're trying to steal and quickly flee the scene of the crime. We talked about $750,000 in theft and damages. That number alone is staggering, 93 victims in 20 cases throughout our county, Lee County, Polk County, and as far north as Duval County. But here's the more egregious part. These hard-working tractor operators that we so heavily rely on, think about what happens now when the computer, that brain has been removed. That tractor is inoperable. How about the unrealized gains, the financial loss, the potential earnings? They don't get paid if they're not driving and transporting goods. I shudder to think about the value of the money that they've lost, that their families suffered that income because of these four individuals. Detectives did an amazing job working with Lee County, who had similar cases, and then the race was on. They called Attorney General Uthmeyer, reached out to the Office of the Statewide Prosecutor's Office, and I have to tell you, I said that their help was vital. Here's how it was vital. They stood shoulder to shoulder with us as we investigated these crimes with these individuals. They provided us with 25 search warrants and subpoenas to get the evidence that we needed to solidify this case, ultimately resulting in warrants for each of their arrests. These four individuals lived in Palm Beach in the Miami-Dade area. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Palm Beach County and Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office for helping us apprehend these four individuals and placing them under arrest. Their crime spree is now officially over. We provided all of you with the information of each individual and all of their charges. All 4 of them are Cuban nationals. They have no legal status in the United States. Every single one of them have a criminal history, some of them more expansive than others. We will also provide that to you as well. I've learned that 3 out of the 4 have immigration holds. 3 of the 4 are here, and the 4th one will be here tomorrow. That's the latest update I have. Again, we will share all that information with you. When I talked about stealing the ECMs, obviously we're all thinking, why would they steal them? What did they do with them? The detectives learned through this process that there's a strong secondary market for ECMs. When they go bad, they can be expensive. Depending on how sophisticated the model of the tractors, they can sell from $3,000 to $10,000 a piece. These individuals, when the criminal enterprise that they were running or a part of, we've learned that they would take them and sell them to a broker in Texas who would wipe them clean and was able to resell them. So someone who was in need. Armed with that information, we have now taken that portion of the investigation, because all of our jurisdictional and authority ends at the Florida state line. We have now turned that over and are cooperating with our federal law enforcement partners. I'm sure it won't be too long before you guys see or learn that there are additional individuals that are going to be charged, and certainly a lot more charges to some individuals as they're now be held accountable. Again, thank you. I see the detectives in the back of the room. Thank you. This happens because you're as diligent and proactive as you are. I'm here to tell you, job well done.